it's meant to level the playing field for students who have difficulties like anxiety and other things. But a new report shows the number of students getting special allowances for extra time on the SATs has surged recently.
And on the heels of the Operation Varsity Blues admission scandal, is this just another test-taking advantage? Here to react is Michael Knowles, the host of The Michael Knowles Show. Hey, Michael, good to see you.
Morning.
Good to see you.
What do you think about this? Are all these kids that are getting this special, it's called a 504 designation, are they deserving of it?
I'm kicking myself because I think I'm the last guy in the country who actually took the SAT in the amount of time you're supposed to and who didn't bribe coaches to get into college. I don't look like a football player, so maybe that's why. The issue here is not students who do need extra time because they have learning disabilities. The issue is all of the other kids who are pretending to have learning disabilities to cheat the system. The SAT historically was the only standardized measure to get into college. You have a ton of other factors to consider. Race, legacy, athletics, all of these others. You had one standardized measurement. Now that has been destroyed. And it's not only destroyed by the students who are cheating on the test, it's being destroyed by the SAT itself. The SAT is now adding a new adversity score, which is purporting to measure students' individual suffering. How they're going to do that, I'm not exactly sure. The broader cultural problem is that we have transformed from a society that rewards real accomplishment into a society that values victimhood. And so ironically now, if you can show that you have some victimhood, or you can pretend to be an aggrieved victim, ironically, that has become a privilege.
Right. Well, the pretending part bothers me. One of my children wound up getting extra time because they have a learning difference, had an IEP, and in fact, it was the teachers who said, you should wind up with extra time for the SAT because of a visual problem. Couldn't really see the test very well. But if you're suggesting that some parents or teachers are trying to give the kid extra time and claiming they're a victim, and they're not really, that's a problem.
Well, now in certain schools you have as many as
than a victim. Sorry.
In certain schools, you have as many as 1 in 4 students who are getting extra time on this test. I don't think 1 in 4 students actually has a learning disability. We have this allowance for the exam because certain students really do need it. They really are at a disadvantage. But what you have now is a culture which is at the personal level, at the parental level, students who are willing to cheat, and parents who should know better are encouraging them to cheat. And why is that? It's because, unfortunately, the educational value of a college degree has plummeted. Study after study shows that students aren't learning very much. In some cases, they're graduating at some of the top schools more ignorant than they were when they came in. But the social value of a college degree has skyrocketed. MarketWatch shows that 9 out of 10 new jobs are going to college graduates. But what does that college degree mean? What does that SAT score actually mean? It's in many ways an empty signal, but it's a credential that is increasingly valued in our society.
Yeah, a lot of times, according to this study, you can see in the wealthier schools, the numbers are higher for the kids getting this designation than the ones with in lower socioeconomic neighborhoods, and more kids are getting free lunch. Is that because these poor families don't have the resources or don't even know that they can ask to get this designation?
There have always been ways to game the system. We saw that with the last college scandal. We see that when people donate a building or make a rightly timed donation around college admissions. But the people who get hurt are the people who can't afford it. The people who get hurt are at the lower end of the socioeconomic spectrum. And in this case, the people who are hurt are the people who legitimately have learning disabilities.
Exactly.
When there is a privilege that is opened up for certain people, it can be abused. And in this case, it's being encouraged to be abused because there is no more objective standard in the system.
All right. Michael Knowles, thank you very much for joining us. And congratulations on that SAT.
I appreciate it.
What was your score, by the way?
I did, ironically, 800 math, 800 verbal, and then on the writing section was the section, at that time they had a writing section.
Right.
It was the one I didn't get a perfect score, and then I went on to write a blank book. So I guess it makes sense.
That's right, which became a New York Times bestseller.
Which was #1.
All right, Michael, thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael.